Okay, this week. Hey,
What's up, Jazzy? What's up?
how you doing? How you doing? How you
All
living?
right. I'm cool, man. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for joining the Red Carpet Lounge. I
For
appreciate you. I
sure, for
know you're
sure.
super, super busy. Where you at? You in ATL or you still out here in
Yeah,
DC?
yeah. We in the A right now. We in the A.
All right, shout out to that. I know you've
Mhm.
been a busy, busy man and things have been going so great for you. I'm so proud of you.
You too.
Thank you.
You
Thank you
too.
so much.
Popping.
We trying out here one day at a time.
That's it.
Well, definitely, I wanted to touch on the fact that you did recently pick up and move to ATL to further pursue your dream.
Yeah.
And I know how super hard it is. You know, I moved from New York down to DC kind of like on savings and was just like, I'm out here. So,
hmm
how is the A embracing you and how's work going so far?
Yeah. So I mean, right now, I'm loving the A. Honestly, like when people talk about they move to the A, for the most part, people moving like outside, like OTP as they call it down here, outside the perimeter.
Right.
And I'm like, good like 20, 25 minutes out, man. But I'm loving it. Like the one of the biggest differences that I noticed is that being from the north, being up north is a lot more rigid. Like for example, you walking down the street, somebody be like, "Hey man, what them shoes? What size them shoes?" You be like, "That's my size. What you asking about my size for?"
No
But
facts.
up here, like people genuinely, they're just more like they're a lot nicer out here. And
So
it's definitely a change of pace, but I'm loving it though. And of course, right now, Atlanta like Black Hollywood, so things are popping, things are booming, and I'm getting my way to opening these doors and getting to where I need to be.
absolutely. Did you always want to be an actor?
So when I was younger, like I knew that I wanted to be on TV, but I just didn't know how to get there.
Okay.
And then I eventually started off like doing like YouTube videos and things like that. And then when I was in college, if I go back even further, I was I'm part of a fraternity, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity
Okay.
Incorporated.
Okay.
And from there,
So you set up.
and then so from there, you find yourself doing things like shows and competitions. So from there, now the being on the stage and being in front of people, you start to get used to that and being in that spotlight. And now I want
Right.
to take that a step further. So then YouTube came, and then when I was doing YouTube, I realized that I wanted to better hone in on my skills, like figure out, okay, how can I better become a better like host or speaking on camera.
Right.
So one of my friends, Courtney Simpson, she was taking an acting class, and
Okay.
so I was like, all right, what's that acting class talking about? So she's like, yeah, come join it, come take a look. So it was McKinnon Acting Studios up in Hyattsville, Maryland. Shout out to the Mass family. And so when I got in that class, and after that first day, Mark was teaching it, Mark McKinnon. And when I was after that first day, I said, you know what? I think I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life. And so
Hmm.
and so from there, just steadily just made the transition and kept going.
I was gonna ask you because you have about 80K followers, and so I'm like, hold on, like, first
So
of
I
all,
mean, before the club, I said before the club, before acting, I was involved with like Nightlife, and
okay,
that's where a lot of like the promo and the socialite, I guess, experience came from. I was a brand ambassador for certain brands,
gotcha.
and from doing that, that's where like a lot of my following came from.
Okay, because I was wondering, I was like, all right, he just kind of started acting. He has like 80K. Like, let me hit up his marketing
Yeah,
team, baby
yeah,
boy. But definitely, so I do want to talk about Trophy Wife
okay,
because I
for
want to
sure.
ask you, how you ended up casting for Trophy Wife. A lot of times, people wonder if you have agents, how do you go about it? Did you start in background? Did you know the right people? I'm pretty sure it's all of the above, I know
Right,
how
right,
this.
right.
But when you got the offer to do Trophy Wife, how did that come about?
So it actually came through the studio. Again, shout out to Mark McKinnon and the Mass Fam. So I will say that I know one of the main themes of our discussions was like the pros and the do's and don'ts, right, of the
Right.
industry. So one of the do's I will say is that definitely find yourself trying to join a studio or a acting agency of any sort, more so just getting into classes. Like that's what I
Mhm.
really want to focus on, getting into classes, because it's from these acting studios that, once your instructors, they see that, you have potential, they can
Right.
send potential opportunities your way. And that's what exactly happened to me. I mean, every student in the class, had the opportunity of whoever he sent it to audition, and from there you get to send out your audition and send in your, your interpretation of what you think the character will be, of who the character is, and then from there, it's up to the casting directors. But the opportunity came from the studio.
Okay, so when you read the script, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know you were intrigued, like, as soon as you read the script. Did you get casted automatically for Dr. Franklin, or did they have you try out for a few different roles?
So Dr. Franklin was the character that I was auditioning for. And so I didn't try for any other characters. It was strictly Dr. Franklin. And I remember at the time I was in New York when I got the audition.
Yeah, I was in Vegas.
So I'm up in New York. So you know how, like, when you're not even in your main setup, you're like, what do I do? So luckily, thank God for them Amazon Prime boys, because I'm telling you, I ordered the whole background, everything. Amazon Prime sent my man's crib. So we up there, and I had my man I was staying at. I had his girl read me the sides. And I had her, play Tony's part. Yeah. So we were reading together. And she's not an actress, so I'm trying to be like, yo, just read it like this, read it like that. So,
right.
So you finish, you do the audition, and you put it together, and I'm like, you know what? In my head, I'm like, man, I don't know, man. It is. I feel like after every audition, aren't all of us like that? We're like, oh, man, I don't know, man.
And we do it so many. Yeah, we do it so many times. I was talking to Chantel, who plays in Holiday Heartbreak and in Wicked that they're doing right now, and she was just basically saying some great advice, like, don't do it so many times, because you know what it is. So like after the third time, that if it ain't hitting, it just ain't hitting. You know what I mean?
You're totally right. You're totally right. So my method is I try and stick to it. Like, at the most, I give you about, I do about 3-4. I'm not about to be up here doing 20 takes. Like, it's just like, at that point, you just like, yeah, I don't know. I can't tell you the difference between 1 and 15. You know what I'm saying?
No, 100%. 100%.
So I had her do that. Then I sent it up, and then I got the call from Lynette, and she was like, hey, we want to be able to potentially offer you the part, but you got to do something else, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, all right, bet, let's go ahead and let's do it. So went through that whole phase, and then there I was on set, Dr. Franklin.
Yeah, so when you got on set the first day, because me and you, it's so funny. I know that people think that you see everybody. Me and you, we didn't really, did we see each other at all?
I'm sitting here thinking, like, I don't think that we saw each other on set at all. Ain't that funny?
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
And we filmed some of the same days, but just the timing, we never, seen each other at all. And it's so dope that we still remain like cool after the set.
Of course.
Yeah, but how was it, like, your first day on set, and how do you feel as a man when you have to, put the makeup on? Are you
okay? So, first day on set. So, I pull up to the house, and I'm like, first of all, I'm like, God damn.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, all right, so we get in there, and I meet Christians, meet Lynette, you know what I'm saying? So you meet, the cast and the director. I'm like, all right, this is nice. And then, you get the rundown of, how we're shooting the scenes throughout the day. So I'm like, all right, okay, my scene is coming up. So then I'm like, fine, I guess I'm just gonna sit here and wait. And they're like, yeah, your trailer's over there. That's a trailer.
Right. With your name on it and everything.
Exactly. So I go up to it. Of course, you got to take your picture outside the trailer and all that. So that was nice. And then I was in there, and after that, just get in the mode. The best thing you want to do. So another tap into the do's is that you want to make sure that you're prepared. Like, the worst thing you could do is, like, waste the director's time. Like, thank God we're not in the times where where we're filming and they're running out of tape, and they're like, what I'm saying? Like, back then, that's how it used to be. We run out of tape.
Quick. Chris is quick. Like one take. The only time we're doing 2 takes is because he needs another angle. That was a fast set. A fast set.
And so, yeah, just doing all of that, and then the makeup portion. So for me, I'm not somebody who's new to, like, putting on makeup, because of at one point, I used to model we ain't gonna talk about, we ain't gonna talk about that.
Okay.
But at one point, you
Okay.
know what I'm saying, back in like 2010, 2011, I used to do some modeling and stuff.
Did you have a model name? What you go by?
Yo, the nickname was Tyson. All right, the nickname
Did
was
it?
Tyson,
No. All right. Mr. Beckford, I see you.
right. And so like just stepping into that world as far as like the man putting on makeup. I mean, it wasn't something that was like far-fetched for me, and I wasn't annoyed about it or anything. Like it's fine. I mean, anything to make me look better on set, I'm for it.
Right.
I mean, on camera,
100%.
I'm for it.
They said not Tyson. Oh my God. Okay, so give us, like, for people who didn't watch it, give us a quick synopsis of the movie.
Okay. All right. So Trophy Wife. Trophy Wife is about a woman named Tony who's married to a man. Mark. So a woman named Tony is married to a man named Mark. And at one point, Tony was the breadwinner, but eventually she became more of a trophy wife, you know, hence the name. And so from there, you know, every relationship has issues. So they're going through their issues. And my role is Dr. Franklin. I play the therapist. And at one point, what you don't see in the film is that previously Tony had a mental breakdown of some sort. So she's just making sure that, you know, my role is to make sure that, you know, she stays calm and she stays Tony. Right. And from there, you know, some things happen and, you know, the ball gets rolling and we got to see what happens next.
You rolling balls. You know what? No, but 100% facts. Like, you know, I really do love the movie because it does touch on so many different issues that we do have in the Black community. And one that I don't feel like I realized when I read it, but when I watched it, Mark was a womanizer. Like, Mark really was. Like, he, even though Tony had her mental issues, he was one of the men that you get with and they're like, no, you know she's crazy. She's gonna be fine. Right. Like, he was very, you know, he would down talk her. He was very conniving and he was a manipulator. Yeah. And that, you know, watching it, a lot of the people, like when I did my premiere, they were kind of like, were you guys all right on set? And I didn't realize how triggering the movie actually was. People were triggered by me getting abused. They were like really triggered. Like, wait, no. And people were just triggered by every result to Tony being crazy or mentally ill was kind of like, oh, take your meds, take your meds, take your meds. And you playing, you know, Dr. Franklin, how did you feel about that in real life? Like, this stuff goes on. Yeah, you know, being the therapist made me think about how much, like, you know, in the Black community as a whole, it's very like taboo to be like to have mental issues, and the way that we always, like, you know, try and take care of it is we say things like, hey, look, just pray on it, or hey, just, you know, take a nap, or you'll be okay, or you got this, don't worry, things exactly, you know. So to be able to, you know, be on the other end of that and try and help someone who, you know, actually did have issues, it definitely made me think about, like, you know, this is a real situation, you know, where people do go through these things every day, where they need a therapist, or where they need someone to talk to. So it definitely made me start to consider, like, telling my friends, like, hey, if you want to be able to, like, have you tried talking to a therapist? You know, I think that's something that, you know, is a good suggestion, and you shouldn't feel like you're, like, below someone or you're subordinate to someone because you have to, because you want to or have to talk to a therapist. So those thoughts definitely became rolling in my mind with playing the role. Yeah, 100%. You know, me and my girls, we had a talk, and, you know, so many times, you know, you just laugh off certain things that are really serious. And, you know, we just been going through life. And at 26, I finally had to realize, like, shit, these things are happening because my dad wasn't around. But at 26, you know, for so long, I had suppressed this in my brain so much, I didn't even realize they were even connected. And so I started, especially when I started acting and being around so many different personalities and different directors and different actors and set crew, I started getting a therapist because I needed to have an outlet for what was going on, and not more so the characters I was playing. I know a lot of people sometimes have to detach from a character that they play. I haven't had that character yet, but as far as like, people think that I'm a people person, which I am, but I also like to be by myself. I'm an only child. So everyone's energy connects to me, and I have to detach from that. So, you know, watching this movie, it could make somebody feel like, you know what, I'm so glad I did go and talk to somebody. I'm so glad that I did go and get help, because for me, the other alternative was fucking people up. And like, just being honest, like the other alternative was Mike Tyson some people. And it was like, you know, we can't be behaving like this.
100%.
So I'm so grateful for that.
100%.
Yeah. So I want to transition a little bit into your new movie that's going on. So I got a pleasure to watch it, and I want to say, like, I love the movie, period. Like, I love the movie, period. And shout out to Andrew. And I appreciate when my friends do things that are actually good. A lot of times you watch these movies on these smaller platforms, and you're like, who gave them a deal to put this on here? And so to see you go from Trophy Wife and then your next movie, and it was still good, to the fact, like, I want to be in it. I was like really proud of you guys. How are you feeling?
Oh man, you know, Trapped. So I know Eric, you know, who also played Fresh, as well as, you know, the producer / writer. Like, Eric, man, that story of putting it everything together and just being homegrown. Like, you know, most of the actors in that film were from Raleigh.
Right.
And to be able to have your film premiere in Raleigh and shoot most of not all the scenes in Raleigh, which I'm sure they were, I mean, it's like a chef's kiss, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I did everything here. Like, I put on for my city. You know, if I put on for my city, it was a person to be there.
No, so, 100%. I was like, wait, I know. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Yeah. Your character in there was pretty gully. He was
Leroy. Let me tell you, I mean, Leroy,
Dr. Franklin, you know what I'm saying? Dr.
Leroy and Dr. Franklin, complete opposites, man.
Yeah, tell me about
so,
your
I mean, Leroy's character, Leroy in the film, you know, Fresh said it best. Is like, you know, as Eric put it, he said, man, but Leroy, he just don't give a fuck. Like, that's just gully, just, you know, second in command, you know, TTG, train to go. That's just who he is. And I just had a lot of fun playing that. I mean, remember when Eric pitched it to me that, hey, you know, we got this character for you, Leroy. I said, listen, I don't even need a synopsis. Okay, I'm down. Just let me know when I'm coming down to Raleigh to shoot things. Yeah. Right. So, I mean, overall, I mean, definitely an amazing experience. I'm glad I did it. And the premiere, because that premiere came first before Trophy Wife. Right. So going to that premiere and then going transition Trophy Wife, I mean, I couldn't ask me anything more. I mean, the month of April 2022.
April was amazing.
It was amazing. I'm telling you.
April was amazing. April was amazing. Okay, so what do you got going on right now?
So right now, you know, I don't know how much I can really talk about. I mean, they're talking about it. I can't know if I can talk about my character.
Okay, cool.
But I am going to be involved with the Megamind family. Okay. Be doing some stuff out here in Atlanta, and definitely hear more about it as time goes on. But I will be coming to the screen to you once again. This time it'll be in the form of a TV show. So we'll see how it goes. So yep.
I love it, and definitely like the opportunity to be able to do a series is super dope, because people will be able to see you weekly, or, you know, just more than just a movie. You know, movies usually an hour and a half, 2 hours. But the series is going to be each episode an hour. So that experience is going to be amazing. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yes, congratulations on that. So other than that, anything else going on? You back into the nightlife? What's up?
Oh, I mean, nightlife, I done retired. Listen, I can barely keep my eyes open when I go to the club.
I was just up in doing all of this.
I was just in Houston this past weekend for one of my homegirl's birthday, right? So we in there, you know, so we having a good time. I'm telling you, by like 12:30, because Houston is an hour behind on the East Coast. So, you know, 12:30, really 1:30 on the East. And I'm sitting up in there, man, like, the bottles come yet? Like, good God, Jesus. But
So
so yeah, nightlife is done, but more so just focusing on, you know, just continuing to stay in the classroom. Like even the best actors are constantly in class and they're learning and just continue to sharpen their skill. So one of the dues when it comes to this industry is just continue to learn. Don't think that don't think because you got a couple, you know what I'm saying, credits that, you know, you on and you popping now. Like Tom Hanks, it was like the red table talk with the actors. And one of the things he said was that when your film is doing well and you've gotten roles, you're getting the recognition, you're hitting red carpets and awards are coming in, you know, this too shall pass. And it's the same thing with when you're down bad, roles ain't coming in, and you feel like, you know, nobody's noticing your work, this too shall pass. So, you know, whatever moment, whatever phase that you in, embrace it, own it, because this too shall pass.
I
So
love
that's the mentality I just, you know, been trying to keep. And, you know, it keeps you humble, keeps you hungry, and just keeps you going.
Absolutely. If you could have any role, what would it be? Your dream role?
Listen, Jazzy, I'm trying to get my ass in Marvel, okay? Listen.
No, I just I'm trying to be an Avatar.
You hear me? Goddamn, Black Panther 3, 4, 6, put me in it, all right?
No, that's a fact. You've been in that gym, so I know you can handle it.
You hear me? And then don't cut like an action figure. Stop playing with me.
No, stop playing with your boy.
But yeah, man, definitely I want to get involved, you know what I'm saying, with the Marvel family. I mean, growing up as a kid, I love comics. I love just the whole idea of being a superhero, being someone like, I remember the feeling when I was younger and how I looked up to them superheroes, like, man, like I would love for, you know, a little kid to be able to look up to me and do something like, to look at me like dad, I'm gonna be like that kid, like, be like him, like, all right, bet, you know. So
no, 100%, 100%, and
yeah,
it's coming. You manifesting, you are living your dream. You literally, you know, packed up your stuff, you moved. Now you're in a better location where they're always casting in Atlanta, and you know, all these different platforms that you're on, the people that you've met, production, like, you know, it's family now. So you know how.
And then the second thing, apparently, you know, according to everyone, I got the the Tyler Perry villain look, the bald and black and beard, like,
definitely.
Don't worry, TP, holla at me, I'm coming.
Definitely. You know who I used to be scared of as a kid? Terrence Howard. When he played in Big Mama House, and he came in that room when she was in the dark. Yeah. I literally was always scared of him. And they're like, you scared of this light-skinned dude? Like, no, he had me so scared. But I could definitely see you playing characters like that.
Yeah.
I definitely could see you playing characters like that. So I put all of the manifestation on your life, and I wish you the best. 100%.
I appreciate it, Jazzy. Listen, I already know we're going to run into each other soon. I know it. From the way that you working, the way that you moving, everywhere I turn, Jazzy doing something. I said, God dang, that girl busy, boy. But yeah, I mean, I love it. I love seeing it. I love seeing it.
No, definitely. So let everybody know where they can follow you and if they want to book you as well.
Yeah, for sure. So you can definitely find me on all social media platforms as Kawasaki. That's KAWASAKYI. And if you go to the link in my bio, it has my link tree up there as well, so you can lead you to my IMDb page as well as my email to be able to contact me. And that's that.
They said our skin is popping.
Look, glowing, ain't it? Glowing. I'm telling y'all. Another dude. Make sure y'all get that ring, get that stand with the ring light. You hear me? Let me show y'all the different way. Turn the ring light off. I'm trying to look at that shit.
Yes, okay. We not playing. We not playing. Check it. You said the Amazon holding you down.
Amazon been holding me down. Look, Bezos, I support that man when it comes to Amazon.
You know, no, that's a whole fact. No, definitely. Well, again, thank you for coming on the show, and I can't wait to see what you're in next. And you know, we just out here. We'll link soon. I'm gonna be in Atlanta filming soon. So
say less. We already know. Hit my phone.
All right. Bye.
All right. Peace.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into the Red Carpet Lounge. I appreciate you guys so much. If you want to be on the show, we do it virtually or in person. You can contact me at JASZY, mango like your favorite fruit, BCE, that stands for Black Carpet Entertainment, @gmail.com. Also, make sure